Alrighty, y'all. Hello and welcome to some more driving clips in Europe. We found some pretty awesome ones today, and of course, throwing in some Americans driving in Europe as well. Should be, well, fascinating to say the least. Buckle up. Let's go. POV, you're a dumb American in Europe with a rental and a dream. Great way to start it out. That doesn't look like a road. Now, it very well might be, or it might not be. I'm not sure. A little bit different looking than any of my commutes.
But we were kind of like right around a probably very obvious corner to the rest of them.
God, that is so insane. I just can't comprehend that. Look at the room. I still think it's hilarious that they make, or that they have a four-door smart car. They didn't ever sell those here. That's honestly what you would want, though. I get it when the roads are that tight.
Yep. There's the bar.
Yeah, so seeing these cars makes me think they're definitely on a road then. It's just so small. Right? And it's just like not what we think of here in the US. Right? There's no lane markings and like big wide roads. Like, this is actually really cool. The aesthetic is awesome. It just looks like, to me, it'd be much more pleasant to walk around here. Driving a vehicle here looks like a nightmare.
Just like pull in a parking spot and then see what else we have to do.
And literally nothing I own vehicle-wise would ever be comfortable driving here. You need something very small. So if you live in certain places, certain cities in European countries, I get it. You want the smallest car possible. It makes sense.
Find us and see what he does. Yeah. Downhill.
Yeah, you can see why a lot of Americans get stressed out driving there. To be fair, I get it. I would be hella stressed out too. Take me to the wide open, twisty roads. I know you guys have amazing driving roads. That's better. This, no thank you. I'm walking. Driving in Europe be like, oh my God. Where was that guy going?
You got it up in there. I almost snagged it. I showed your mom. Oh.
Dude, look at this. The crowds. There's people walking. There's just things parked everywhere. There's bollards everywhere.
You got it up in there.
Lane splitting, I'm assuming, is very common and, legal. Lane splitting is legal or illegal depending on the state here in the U.S. So it really just depends. But I feel like you kind of have to. I get it. Look at all the small cars, of course, but still they look big on these tiny roads, right? That's why no one's driving around Ford F-150s. Damn, it's so tight and narrow. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I would be freaking lost, man. Like, it's funny, the difference, right? Like, part of me would just have the time of my life driving in Europe, right? When we're talking about the wide open country roads and this twisty mountain roads, right? It's beautiful. Driving on the Autobahn, right? And then you have a nice, beautifully paved road, nice and big. You can go high speeds, right? Like, that's driving bliss for me. But then you have the contrast of this. And this is how it would be anywhere, right? There are some hidden gems, some good driving roads in the U.S. Of course, obviously, there's a lot of bad driving roads, right? Bad road conditions, stoplights every 5 feet. Like, the grid system here is just very boring and not pleasant to drive on. Of course, we don't have anything like the Autobahn, so you're just restricted here. So overall, I'd say you're better off driving in some different European spots. But boy, you do have to, kind of just survive if you're in stuff like this. It's not Europe, it's Naples. In other cities, they drive like normal people. If you learn to ride in Naples, you can ride wherever you want.
Culture shocks while driving in Paris. Can someone explain the driving rules here?
Look at that.
I'm surprised no one crashed here.
Damn, that is literally bumper to bumper.
Look at this truck jumping in. It's survival of the fittest at this point.
Yeah, how do you just kind of have to force your way through, right? I mean, you have to do this in downtown Chicago a little bit. It's kind of like this, but not like this. So I get it, though. It is survival of the fittest, right? There are only a couple like hotspot cities in the U.S. where you kind of would be like this. Otherwise,
Culture shocks.
it's usually like, I was going to say more chill, but that's not right because there's so many bad drivers here and crazies on the road that it's not chill in the U.S., right? Our driving statistics aren't good, but it's like a different sort of chaos, more of a wide open chaos. You just got to watch your back at all times, making sure no one's, trying to cut you off or pass you on the wrong side or whatever. This is more
While driving in Paris.
straightforward. Let me mute that voice. Because, damn, I mean, look at this. It's just traffic everywhere. And I realize Paris is kind of its own beast, too. It's just not like all of, Europe is like this. It's not like all of France is like this. Paris is just kind of its own thing. So I get it. That is crazy. I would be screwed there. I don't think I would do well driving in Paris. Again, I think I'd be walking or, taking a taxi or something. Let them deal with it. I don't think I could have the patience for this. This looks way too stressful. And of course, further proof, just another day in Paris. Look at that. It's oddly satisfying seeing this. It's kind of stressful until you see like it actually kind of has some flow to it. It's just everyone like makes it work. And I feel like I'd be the odd man out that doesn't make it work.
So in Germany they have something called an Autobahn where you can go any speed. And so I thought I could go any speed anywhere in Germany. Come to find out, I had a couple traffic tickets, So I go to, see how much I owe in traffic tickets. It's like 500 euros, right? I'm like, okay, I got 500 euros. Then they said, no, when you go over a certain speed, it adds points to your driver's license. I said,
oh my God. No, not the I thought that you could go fast anywhere in Germany type of American, right? No. When I talk about I want to go as a car guy, right? When I talk about, I want to go to Autobahn like every car guy and do a nice little speed run in a nice car. I'm well aware that there's only certain sections of the Autobahn that are, unlimited speed. And then it does eventually hit sections where there will be a speed limit. So you got to watch the signs. You got to watch where you're going, right? You can't be on any, for one, you can't just be on any road or any town and be like, oh, Fast and Furious, here we go. Second of all, you can't be just on any Autobahn and think that it's the Autobahn where there's no speed limit. You have to watch and see where you're at. Make sure you're in a free zone. Otherwise, everywhere that's not that would be speed limit zones, right? Obviously, this is tragic for her, but this sucks, right? She got points. She got fines. Oh, my goodness. When they find out that the Autobahn isn't what they thought it was. Still a cool place. Still a famous series of roads, sure. But it doesn't exactly work like they think it does. I fear. Too many people don't know this still. Speed limit-free zones, look for the red circle with a number inside that tells you what speed to go. Going into towns with yellow signs automatically means 30 kilometers per hour. I think that's what they're saying. Now, yellow city sign 50 kilometers per hour, not 30. Outside cities on country roads, limit is 100 unless there's a specific lower speed limit. I have seen this, that the places where you're safe to go a little fast, right, would be when you see the crossed out blank circle. It means no speed limit. So that's what you got to look for. Damn. A lot of people probably don't know that.
The Autobahn now, there's no speed limit. Whee! How fast are we going?
140 kilometers an hour.
How many miles?
That's it?
86.9 miles per hour.
Look, I'll let them have their little victory here, their little excitement, but damn, that's it. I'm pretty sure like a Euro van is gonna pass them going double that speed. Have you seen what some people do on the Autobahn in the correct zones? That is nothing. 86 miles per hour. That is, look, right outside of Chicago suburbs in Chicagoland on I-90, which is Interstate 90, by the way. 86 is pretty much daily traffic flow if you're keeping with traffic. It might be posted that it's 70, but that's just a suggestion. If you keep up with traffic flow in the left lane, 86 all day. Damn, wait until you see a Fiat 500 coming by with 180. Why are you parking on the Autobahn? That's what I do in a 70 zone in America. This is rage bait. It is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. 70, traffic's doing 80 to 85 all day. Driving in Europe. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, wow. See, this is what I mean. You get out of the city and you have views like this in all these different places. This is more like it. This is spectacular. Tell me your favorite place that you have driven. Some wide open, beautiful roads like this. Where are some of your favorite spots in Europe? Austria, look at this. Gorgeous. Italy, look at that. Oh, look at that valley and then the mountains back there. Look at that view. And a beautiful road. Switzerland, of course, right? Just a gorgeous place. Look at Croatia. Wow. Let's show Croatia some love. I think maybe a lot of Europeans know this, but a lot of Americans might not think of them first. Look at that view, man. Look at the mountains all the way up to the clouds. That is freaking insane. Spain. Again, gorgeous, right? A lot of Americans might not expect to see snow-capped mountains in Spain, but there you go, right? They have it. Bosnia, look at this awesome, wide open, just landscape, right? You have these hills or mountains, I'm not sure what you want to call them, but it's not flat. It's gorgeous, right? Damn. Slovenia. Wow. Yeah, this is my dream. I have to do this someday. Road trip. Seeing these views in preferably a manual transmission rental car. Oh, sign me up. Croatia, best roads. What? Funny or not, we have the region for the best for decades. Compared to Germany and other parts of Europe, these roads were a dream? Really? Let's take a look. Where was Croatia? Oh my God, you're right. That road is like perfect. As an Illinoisan, I just can't comprehend this. I could only dream of roads like this for real. That looks like a dream. That looks like something out of a movie or a video game, like not attainable in real life. That road is beautiful. That makes it that much better. I think Croatia kind of wins this slide, guys. Look at the natural scenery and that road. How do you guys do it? Can you send a Croatian road crew over here to the greater Chicago area? We need a lesson or two. Look at this. That's how you build a road. USA, do better. Come on.
Okay, this means we have to stop because this is a one-way.
What?
So now we're just going to wait to go. And we're on a highway. Oh, and he's speeding. Look at that Audi just zooping over here. Oh my God.
Damn, he was kind of hauling. It wasn't that bad, but he's going pretty quick.
Oh my God, he was going so fast.
So, what is this? This is a bridge. I could think of one spot actually kind of somewhat near me where this happens, but it's not a road people really take, so it's not common. But yeah, where you actually go under a bridge for the one I'm thinking of locally, and you have to wait until the signal goes, and you go, and it's a one-way, but only for a limited time. Then it turns one way for the going the other way. I think that's what's going on here. But this is like a huge one. The one I'm thinking of is like a really tiny area. And it's not somewhere where most people would ever have to go. So it's not like a big deal. This is kind of like looks more involved. Like it's in an area where more people would probably, like a higher traffic area.
I don't think it works.
And it's a lot different because the area I'm talking about is tiny. This is like a long bridge.
Like,
they probably have a timer. They're like, if you're not out by this time, you die.
So it's still red. The other way has a green. I'm assuming. Is it me or does this look like almost like there's lane markers? Like this could be a two-way. It doesn't look that narrow, especially compared to stuff we've seen a few minutes ago. You could easily fit 2 cars, right?
It should be green. Yes. Okay, go, go, go.
Go, drag race it across.
Gotta hurry up.
Interesting. How common are these to beautiful countryside? I'm not exactly sure where this is. Oh, yeah, it's pretty long. I thought it just went straight. It actually curves around, too.
Okay, okay.
Survived.
Huh, that's interesting. Is it always like this? Because it looks like it could be 2 lanes, or is it just like this in certain times? I'm not really sure. You'll have to let me know. POV, you live in Amsterdam, so your parking skills will be tested? Holy crap, dude. Is this for real? Look at her. She's in heels. They're literally over the air, like over the water. Oh my God, man. That is freaking nuts. How is that a parking spot? But there's cars everywhere along the canal. Look at this. How freaking scary, man. How many people have fallen in there, especially tourists? Come on, be honest. Or what if you drop your keys or your wallet or something? Like, oh my God, this is freaking scary. I can safely say that's never been a situation with a vehicle I've ever been in the U.S. Yo, Amsterdam hits different. Boss, why were you late? Me fell in the canal again. Jesus, no wonder everybody bikes. That's true. You are way better off biking in Amsterdam. Like everyone else, I think that's the play for sure. When your friends force you to drive in London, the right-hand drive, car driving on the other way or the other side of the road, this would be so confusing. I agree. It would be terrifying at first. He is white knuckling the wheel. No surprise. He's hitting curbs. I wonder how beat up rental cars are in the UK for like, because even people from other parts of Europe maybe aren't used to the right-hand drive car with the other side of the road. And then, of course, Americans, right? People from other places in the world, too. That's not just pick on certain folks. Like, come on. This would be tough. If you're not from a right-hand drive country, which there's very few, right? Japan, Australia, UK, this would be tough. Let's get real. Oh, no. What has happened to this Volvo? Jeez. Caught in a little bit of a predicament there. So it's titled, Damn Tourists Think They Could Drive Everywhere. Holy crap. The struggles of driving in Italy. That looks like, is that a freaking Ferrari? Now, I'm assuming that's not a rental car. We can't really say that's a tourist, right? Who the hell is driving this Ferrari that's not cheap? And actually, it looks like it has Swiss plates. So what is happening here? Looks like it could happen to anybody. Are they trying to seriously fit that through there? Wow. You know what? They're built different. They're built different. If I could afford a Ferrari, I could guarantee I would be taking risks like that in it. They're on another level. How to drive in Eastern Europe? Is this true? Wow. Can someone please tell me why they don't drive big American trucks in Europe like they do in the rest of the world? Oh, God, this is one of those. Buckle up for this one. They only drive big American trucks in North America. Mexico, Canada, U.S., what's up? They don't drive them all over the world. So that's extremely inaccurate right off the bat. Why are all cars in Europe so tiny, old, and outdated? Okay, European cars are actually way ahead on tech, especially talk about trucks. They're big trucks as well, Scanias and stuff. Look that up. Are Europeans really comfortable? I mean, that's not a... Okay, what the hell is that? This is freaking hilarious. Is this a street legal vehicle? It looks like it has a freaking license plate. Okay, I admit. No, that's not probably comfortable, but that's not a regular European car either. This is hilarious, though. That looks like a stroller. We've spent how many minutes looking at this? I just said earlier, of course they don't have trucks. Why would they have big Ford F-150s and, Dodge Ram 2500s and stuff? Like, no, they're not going to drive that over there. Why would you want that? I'm an American. I love those trucks. Hell no, I wouldn't want to drive one of those trucks in the places we've been looking at. Okay, here we have a Beamer. Look at that. They're on the curb. Oof. I think it's literally so wide for this tiny road that you have to ride the curb. Oh my God. Do you guys have a little bit of character on your car's wheels? A little bit of road rash, just part of the territory? Of course, that's okay because our roads are, 3 times as wide as that. But plenty of people I see in parking lots all the time manage to get road rash on their wheels too. So I guess what's that say about us? I'm going to cut it there. There's a lot of these. It's been a while since we did one of these, so I will make sure to not take that big of a while to do more. These are some of my favorite episodes to do, man. Tourists in general driving in other places can be thoroughly educational and entertaining, but of course, there's just some, interesting flavor when it's Americans driving in different European spots. I hope you enjoyed this and found this informational. I cannot wait to see your comments down there, that's for sure. And I just appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all, stay safe out there. I'll catch you later.